Today we are going to discuss the chapter People as Resource, the beautiful additions of the human resources and human values and human ideas. So, from education and training and medical facilities are the best example of the human resources which are to be trained and educated and qualified and efficient as the proof of the human resources, and that will derive from their ideas, their inventions, and their discoveries. And these ideas, these inventions, and these discoveries are the asset to the Indian economy, which becoming a doctor, becoming a teacher, becoming a designer, and an engineer. That's the best examples of the Indian economy. They will give their 100% to materialize the value of through the training of industrial and agricultural workers. They also get the human capital, and they will having some kind of significant difference between the human resources and the land and physical resources. And the population is a itself a reason, so that's why we measure their literacy rate, their birth rate, their sex ratio rate, their health and life expectancy rate, and their living areas. Then means within 1 kilometer they have lived how much number of people, that is known as their demographic dividend. And the role of uneducated and educated employment and unemployment both get is, and we find in Indian economy there is two categories. One is educated employment unemployment, and there is uneducated unemployment. So two situations happen, and there will be the educated employment and uneducated employment. So we find the two scenario in Indian economy by the time of the information revolution era. So at end there will be the growth ratio, means all the sector we are telling about primary, secondary, and tertiary. They all have lived in a such a ratio that is called their value ratio. Their value ratio means they give the values of, in primary sector, the human resource involved; in secondary sector, also the human resource involved; and in the tertiary sector, there also the human resource involved. But the question here is all about how has the literacy rate of the population increased since 1951? There absolutely the yes, because in 1950 and 51 we have 30 crore, and now in 2023 we have 140 crore. So that is the four times increase and five times five number of increasement in the population growth. One means 500% of increase during the 80 years tenure. So, and in which year India has the highest literacy rate? The highest literacy rate we cannot define right now, but today the highest literacy rate. If we counting the number, today will be the considered as the highest literacy rate. And why literacy rate is high among the males of India? Because in Indian economy, parents promote their male child as compared to female for education, because right to education is also the fundamental right. Although it is a fundamental right, but it is given the ideas that how in Indian economy we find the lack of female literacy ratio, means female are lagging behind in educations. But right now the record has proven, time to time the record is going gradually proven wrong. Okay, but at the beginning in 1950 the country faced the situation. Why are women less educated than men, and how do you calculate literacy rate in India? Means we have to calculate the literacy rate not by their signature but by their ideas. When India calculate its literacy ratio not buying the signature of a persons but buying the ideas of a persons, then that day I think the economy might take their own What is your projections about India's literacy rate in 2025? I think India's literacy projections of the India's literacy rate in 2025. I think the 81% of literacy out of 100. 81% of 140 crore, out of 140 crore we find 81%, lagbhag 110 and 15 crore above people will get educated. And what is the percentage of increase in the dispensaries from the 1951 to 2020? Dispensaries means the medical facilities and the medical infrastructure and the medical healthcare benefits given to the human resources, to the people. What is the percentage of increase in doctors and nursing personnel from doctors and nurse get improved by in the health sector? In education, the role of life expectancy ratio as compared to the role of gross enrollment ratio, which is the best way to describe the education, means the number of students attend in the school, number of students attend in the college, universities, all these things. And these all about the people as human resource that we design the best resource as comparing the land and physical. And I think the resources which are only give values to the economy, that is called their best utilizations of the resources.